All right, here we are for round number 3, or 4, number 4. We're playing against Booga. This is a pretty risky hand. If I don't find a land in my top 3, I'm probably going to lose. I think I'm going to mulligan this one. All right, this hand looks pretty good. It's really slow, but it seems decent. I'll keep it. Miscalculation. I think I need to find removal. I already have one counterspell that I might not be able to use. All right. Let's get some of these stops off. I was playing some, like draft events last night and stuff, so I have various stops that I don't need for this particular deck. I could just play this and hold up Prohibit. It might actually be better. But then I can't hold anything up next turn. The big problem is if I tap out here, they're just going to put in a ninja, and I'm not going to be able to... I don't have any removal for it either. But I guess that's fine. Maybe they don't have it. I mean, they always have it, but maybe they don't have it. Let's go and grab a mountain, and then I'm going to pick up this island here. I probably should have gotten a swamp and picked up... Should have probably gotten a swamp and played my Is It Boiler Works. Wasn't really paying attention there. Reason I wanted to do this is more likely I draw a burn spell and then I can hold up Prohibit, but I don't think that's quite necessarily where this game is going. Right, Augur Bolas is their best card against us in the deck. Skred is, of course, a dead card, though. So I'm pretty happy they drew that one. I think I want to get a little more mana in play, so I think I want to play this Pristine Talisman. It's way more mana efficient, and next turn I can play a lot of stuff. I think I will go with this island. Yeah, let's do that. It'll just give me a lot more options on future turns. They probably didn't have a ninja that turn, so I'm hoping they don't have one this turn. Although picking up this augur is going to be pretty bad for us. So this was a terrible matchup for normal. Yeah, it looks like they have a ninja. So this is a terrible matchup for the normal blue-black deck. So I assume it's still terrible here. But I'm hoping that the red will give us a little more shot against them. But this is by far the worst matchup for Teachings. It's actually the only deck. It's the only deck in the format that I do not have a positive win rate against. Alright, so I have to make sure I can get this off the board, so I want to look at the most possible cards. So I'm going to think twice, miss, brainstorm, also miss. So we lose. That's unfortunate, but I lost this game. Didn't hit any removal in my top, or my first 6 cards or whatever. Really needed to hit at least one piece of any kind of removal would have done it, but we're going to have to play this game for a little while longer, but we aren't going to be able to win it. Let's go ahead and... Can't hold anything up because of the way I did the tapping. I wanted to tap that way so that if I drew a black removal or a red removal spell, I could for sure play it. But I'm a little surprised my opponent is playing this Brainstorm. They should certainly attack with the Ninja first. This just can't be the correct play. Yeah, I mean, the reason it's bad is, what if the ninja hit a spell starter sprite? Wouldn't they want to hold that up? Now they can't. So, they're giving me a chance, even though I know that I don't have a chance. They don't know that I don't have any chances. Alright, so I'm going to pieces here. Hopefully I find a piece of removal here. Actually, because of the way they played that turn, I may very well have a chance to come back here. Alright, well, I got punished for tapping my black. I wanted to leave up counter magic if I could. Unfortunately, that was probably going to cost me the game. I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to tap this one. Okay, so I'm not paying close enough attention. Got a little checked out there, and I tapped the wrong land. Obviously I should have tapped these at Boiler Works. I have this snow-covered mountain right here. So that was pretty bad, and that was actually a really bad misplay. But we'll see what we can do from here. Our opponent's kind of screwing around a lot with cantrips and stuff, so that's good for us. And I do have a decent way to get out of burn range as long as I can get this ninja off the board. Problem is I have no way to beat another ninja. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, cycling their Ash Barrens. I assume the Scred is gone at this point. Mismatched snow-covered islands. What is this? Okay, let's go ahead and get this Think Twice out of my graveyard. I assume they probably will spell stutter it. Maybe they won't though. Yeah, I mean that's okay. Maybe they're dazing it or something. I kind of figured they wouldn't, and then they would want to counter my Terminate here. I'm going to do this now while they can only cast one counter spell. Yep. So I'm going to prohibit this, I think. Alright, cool. They probably don't have a daze, otherwise I think they probably would have cast it last turn. So I think I want to get another one of these talismans down. Alright. Wanted to make sure I had a counterspell up there with my prohibit in case they had a dispel. That's unfortunate that I didn't hold up counterspell and they drew another fairy. Especially going to be in trouble if they have another ninja or something. I know they still have that Augur Bolas in their hand too. Yeah, I mean, as much as I look like I'm almost back in the game, we still have no shot to win this game. Unless their hand is just heinously bad. Their hand has to be so bad for us to come back here. It's just not happening. Alright, well I can hold up all my stuff. Do have to play another island to make sure that I can counterspell and terminate. Getting kind of bit still from not grabbing that swamp right away. Like if I draw an Evankar's Justice, that decision could cost me this game. Not sure if it's going to cost me this game, because I think that we're maybe going to be losing this game already. But it's hard to know for sure. Alright. Let's cast some Think Twices. Capsize, not really a card. There's no way for me to hold up both Counterspell and Terminate anymore. I want to get this other black source down so that I can cast Evankar's Justice if we find it. That's the only spell that really is good against this deck. Sure. All the rest of my spells are pretty bad against them. Of course, they blind flip. So why wouldn't they? So if I draw Teachings here, I mean, we're not going to resolve anything. I would be a little surprised if I resolved another spell this game, at least not one that matters. But who knows? It's possible I should have just terminated this Delver. I'm kind of hoping to sweep it up with a bunch of other stuff all at once. I think I'll go ahead and maybe terminate it now. Let's see what I draw. Miscalculation. It's one of the only cards, like only the card draw spells could punish us for not making the terminate play. Alright, so They don't have lethal if I kill this Delver, which I should probably do on my turn, just so I can guarantee that I resolve this thing. Alright, I do have enough mana for Capsize here. If I Capsize now, I can hold up Counterspell if I play untapped lane, but I really don't want to Capsize any of their stuff. So I'll just pass. Yep, pretty much dead to anything here. There was a Ponder. Yeah, I made a couple of mistakes this game. I don't know if they cost me the game or anything, because I think I was going to lose this game no matter what, but playing a little loose, so hopefully we can tighten it up for the next game. Teachings isn't like all the other decks in the format where you can just make a bunch of misplays and still win. Like, if you make any misplays, you're probably going to lose with this deck. Alright, I think I have to counter that. So the problem here is that my only out is Evankar's Justice, and I can't. My only out is the Evankar's Justice, and Evankar's Justice doesn't kill that guy. So, all right, we're dead. I think. Well, actually, we're not quite dead. I don't think, because I can gain a ton of life here. All right, what's our opponent got? Ponder. Sure. So I don't have to Capsize anything yet right here. We're dead to a Bolt. I'm not quite dead to a Ninja. I'm actually dead to a Ninja if they pick up the Spell Stutter, though. Alright, we're at 1. I can't afford to bounce any of these guys, so I can't really cast this Capsize. Delver's fine. So, do I want to Capsize any of their stuff? How many creatures do they have in their graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. So even a Crypt Incursion isn't that impressive. Let's just go ahead and Capsize their island. They might Gush to save it or whatever, or like Gush to fizzle my Capsize, but that's okay. I really just want to make sure they can't hold up Counterspell this next turn. All right, here we go. Oh, so close. So I don't actually die. Hanging on by a thread here. I do go to 1 after I kill those guys. What I really needed was, like, I needed a Teachings for that decay. I lose to a flip. They didn't flip. I'm still dead to a Ninja or a Bolt. Hanging on by a thread. So if they don't have a Bolt, I might actually win this if I draw if I draw a Crypt Incursion. I might actually have a chance here. Alright, Gush is bad for us. That's pretty scary. They went bottom, so they haven't guaranteed a flip on their Delver. Augur Bolas, if they find a Bolt, we're dead. Another Gush. Oh, now I'm dead. Okay. Got a little flooded, made too many mistakes, and I lost. So this is where I was hoping that our sideboard could come into play here. We got these Pyroblasts I want for sure. These Electrickeries I want for sure. I have to decide about this other stuff. Some of these other cards are pretty decent. So Dispel is decent against them. So I probably want those, even though the real threat is the Spell Stutter Sprite. Duress is also interesting against them. It can pull the Pyroblast out of their hand. They just have a lot of instants and sorceries. So it's a decent card. Let's see what I'll want to take out before I get too crazy on these, though. So I want to cut the capsize for sure. I want to go down to 1 Swirling Sandstorm. They do still have a lot of guys that are on the ground, but not a ton of them. I think the Crypt Incursion could maybe go. Whispers is a little iffy. I've got a lot of removal already. I'm not sure I need all of these removal spells. Let's get rid of an Edict. The Electrickeries are a little better than some of our other stuff, like maybe Flame Slash. A little unnecessary. Don't really want that many Dispels. Yeah, I can't even bring all this stuff in. I can't bring in these Hydroblasts. I just don't have room for that. So let's see. Got a lot of 1 mana removal as well as some instant speed removal. I'm gonna cut 1 Talisman, and then I gotta make 1 more cut. That's tough. This last cut is a tough one for sure. It's probably a removal spell. I do kind of have a lot of them at this point, and I'd much rather counter their guys on the way down than remove them afterwards. Let's go with another Edict. Let's go with Devour Flesh. Okay, let's try it out. Evan-Card Justice is our best card against them, so hopefully we can find one of those. This hand seems okay. I'll keep it. It's not amazing, but it's fine. I do have to decide if I want to get red with this. I think I do. So we'll see if our opponent kept in their Delvers. I'm a big fan of boarding out Delver in this matchup, just because I have so much removal and almost every other spell in the deck is a 2-for-1, or a counter spell, which is more flexible. Alright, we'll get the Mountain, pick up our Mountain. So we'll see if they have an Augur here, it'll slow us down a bit. It's their best card in the matchup, I believe. Maybe Pyroblast is better, but the Augur is really strong against us. Alright, just a fairy. Hopefully they don't have 2 fairies, but... oh, okay. Should probably preordain before the fairy, of course, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to Innocent Blood this guy away here and hold up Miscalculation. So, we're in a decent spot here. They don't have a good way to get their ninja into play yet. Gonna miscalc anything that I can. Must have drawn that off the preordain, otherwise they probably should have played it. Alright, miscalc that Augur. Didn't get dazed, so that's good. I'm gonna Pieces here and grab, hopefully, a red removal spell to kill this fairy. Flame Slash and Pyroblast both seem great. The only question is whether or not I want Exclude over the Flame Slash. I'm not going to have a ton of time here to mess around with that, so I'm just going to Flame Slash this right now. Next turn I can Teachings plus hold up Pyroblast. So we'll see what they have here. That's what I was hoping they would play. So now I can just kill that guy with a Magma Spray. I do this all right now so they can't hold up Spell Stutter and stuff. Alright, we pulled pretty far ahead in this game. We could still lose to a couple Augur Boluses and stuff, and some Gushes. If they Gush into Augur, into another Gush, into their hand, I play a Pyroblast and stuff, then we could be in trouble, I suppose. So I think I'm going to cast Pieces of the Puzzle here. Most likely. See what I can find. Alright, well, drew some stuff. Let's go ahead and get another red source into play, I think. Now, I'd rather have an untapped land for next turn. So if I pick up this swamp right here, that means that next turn I can Evan-Card Justice with buyback. Alrighty. Any ninjas? That's interesting. Don't they know I have this Pyroblast? I thought they saw it. Maybe not, but should at least leave up the island, so I think you might have a Dispel or something. Okay, well, if I play my Swamp, I can hold up Teachings for Pyroblast if I need it. I can just cast this pieces of the puzzle. What's more likely, that I draw a double blue spell or I draw a red spell off of this pieces of the puzzle? I'm going to go ahead and say that double blue is more likely, but there's the Pyroblast. Let's see if I hit a Dispel here. That'd be pretty sweet. Didn't happen. Never lucky. Alright. I'm going to pass the turn here. I should have known that they had that. That was a pretty stupid play by me. Obviously, they have that the way they tapped last turn. So pretty loose to just fire off my pieces of the puzzle sorcery speed into guy holding up a red mana. Alright. Doesn't he know about the Avant-Card Justice too? Didn't he see that? I don't know. Opponent's playing a little loose. I'm going to hold up this Pyroblast, of course. Yep. So we drew our best card against them, the Avant-Card Justice. Currently I don't really want to bog them. They've got a lot of creatures in here, and I might want to Crypt Incursion those away later. So I'm going to hold this Bojuka Bog for as long as I can. Alright, they're flashing in a Spell Stutter. That's fine. I'm going to bolt it. I don't know if they still have this mountain. I didn't really pay attention. Alright, I'm going to Teachings, grab another Teachings. Okay, I win. Yep, wrap that one up nicely. So, I liked what we had there. I don't really think I want to change too much of this stuff. There's a lot of these cards are decent, but they're not, like, amazing. They're not really any, like, all of our cards are good cards, so maybe I want to get rid of the Crypt Incursion. I still like it. You can hit a Geist with it and stuff. If I had to, like, make them sacrifice it or whatever, I could Crypt Incursion it away if I'm desperate. Well, this is kind of a crazy hand. I think I'm going to keep this, actually. It's a ton of land. Gonna grab a red source with this, and then I'll probably have to Pyroblast something, would be my guess. Okay, they mulliganed, that's good. Alrighty. This hand is pretty slow, but I've got all my colors, I've got a lot of mana. It seems okay. Hopefully they just play something that I can kill with Pyroblast and not get 2 for 1. Alright. So, I think I'm gonna grab, yeah, I'm still gonna grab the mountain. I'm actually gonna play this Bojuka Bog here. See what my opponent does here. I don't want to discard. I'm going to counter that. I don't want to give them any chances at all to get a ninja into play right now. Yeah, unfortunately I have to let them resolve that. And they drew Counterspell, which is one of their better cards to hit off the Augur against us. So let's go ahead and Ash Barrens and grab an island. Definitely need to hit some removal soon. Just gonna play the Boilerworks though. Alright, I'm representing Disfigure, which obviously I'm not playing in this deck because it's really bad. Hopefully I don't blind flip here. Okay. It's possible I should have tried to hold up that Pyroblast, but the problem is if they attack with their Spell Stutter, bring in a Ninja, and then after the Ninja's in play, they just hold up Dispel, then I can't even kill it. Puts me in a pretty terrible spot. Alright. Gonna play an island, pass the turn. Exclude is one of our better spells against them, but I've got kind of a lot of them and no answer for any of the stuff on the board. These Delvers actually shouldn't blind flip that often in this deck. They're actually not that heavy on instants and sorceries. It's not like the old Delver list. Like, they have a lot of creatures. You got 4 Delver. I mean, I don't know. They've got like 5 creatures that are all playsets. Hopefully they play a creature and they let me exclude it. Not the case. Cast my Think Twice. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, and Magma Spray this Delver right now. I'm hoping to draw out an Exclude, or draw out a Spell Stutter that I can exclude. I should probably still just do it on their upkeep, which means I have to play this mountain. I'll do it after they reveal on their flip. Okay. That was a free shuffle effect. They might have wanted to save that for after what they see with the Delver. It still didn't flip. Actually makes me want to wait then. Because if they drew a Ninja, I want to kill it. Okay. Let's spray this Delver. Hopefully they have exactly 1 Spell Stutter and this works. I don't have a lot of confidence, but you never know. Yep. So that was pretty bad for us. But I can't just sit here and take a bunch of damage every turn for a bunch of turns. So this will let me hold up Whispers with Buyback or Think Twice with Exclude. I don't know, maybe I should have waited till I had 7 mana so I could double Exclude. That just seems like a long time. This Delver still hasn't flipped. Gosh. Oh, Stormbound Geist? Yeah, I'll exclude that guy for sure. Okay. Let's exclude it again. So I did get to resolve 1 exclude. Terminate is pretty decent. Probably just want to terminate my opponent's upkeep. Let's go and play the Backwater. Alright, let's see what they flip to. A Bolt. Well, that makes me just want to terminate this guy. So all they have is a Bolt. And then I'm going to Think Twice, hold up red mana, because I might want to kill one of these guys if I hit one of my spells here. If I hit like a Bolt or something. Yep. Okay, I did not. So I'm taking some damages. Innocent Blood's a decent one. I actually want to, I think... I guess it doesn't matter. Just going to cast that. They do have to decide which one they'd rather keep. This one's probably better to pick up later, but... Alright, so I need them to miss here. They don't have a ton of misses, unfortunately. Alright, well, the best possible draw. Let's see if they hit something great. They don't, so ended up not being that great of a draw since they missed. If they had hit like a counterspell or something, we would have probably just lost the game. Alright, Whispers. Electrickery. Not great. Let's get more black into play, I suppose. Another augur gets prohibited. Alright, so I need a pristine talisman to start getting out of range of these guys. I'm running a little low on life total. Not too bad yet. Do I have enough mana to do both of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do. So, buyback. Kill their guys. Get out of bolt range. Alright, fairy. Decide if I just want to kill that and go down into bolt range. This is actually like one of the tougher decisions I've made this game, for sure. But if I don't hit a removal spell, this is going to deal me some damage anyway. Hopefully I don't just get bolted. Wow, they conceded the match? Opponent, please. I'll have his land. What would I have drawn here? Well, I did it. I defeated this deck. So we are on to the final round at 3-1. We've locked up a treasure chest. Let's see if we can finish it off strong.